So many skits. Doesn't it bother you, Colette? What? You know, being too chosen. Or being the chosen, rather. This is just a chosen having a talk. I understood the skit differently. It's your own life, don't you wish you could live it the way you want to? I'm living freely, everyone's searching for a way, so I don't have to sacrifice myself. What if there isn't a way? We'll worry about that when the time comes. Even if I lose my body, and my heart will still be free. You're so positive about this. So I want the world to become a happy place, just like my heart desires. You're amazing, Colette. I can never be like that. I also really like the... No. I just talk like that. If it really came down to it, I'm sure I couldn't do it. That's more realistic of your character. I'm a pretty pathetic chosen. No, you really are amazing. Compared to you, The parallel between Zelos and Colette is something that doesn't get talked about enough, but it's really cool. Colette being like, you know, she, like, is willing to do whatever it takes as the chosen. While Zelos is kind of the opposite, we'll see a lot more of that later in the game. There's the Temple of Lightning, we don't need to go there yet. Zelos is like the opposite, where he, like, doesn't want to be the chosen, and he, like, doesn't like having the burden of being the chosen. I just noticed that there's blue dots that indicate where you can land. On the minimap, they're kind of hard to see, but I noticed them. I think this is the mine. Oh yeah, thank goodness. I think we have the mine, and then we go back to Ozette, and then it's the Temple of Lightning, so we're pretty close to Vol. Because after fighting Vol and then doing some story stuff, that's like when the side quests are going to start to open up in Tefeala. Wow, so this is the sealed mine. It sure looks like it might house a ghost or two, don't you think? Will you just be quiet for a little while? What's with you? Don't get mad, Sheena. This isn't good. What's wrong, Regal? The door's guard system's out of control. Someone must have destroyed it when trying to force their way through. Then let's bust it up even more. That's our Lloyd. That's an easy to understand plan. Yeah, I'm fine with that too. Well, if Lloyd says so, it's fine with me. Are you sure? Don't blame me if it goes wrong. Honestly. You fight a freaking door! Of all things. Of course you have the orbits and the repair unit, but the door! I think you want to get the auto repair unit first? Or maybe I want to get these orbits first, actually. Sheena, scan. Also, what is this? I don't like this camera angle. The game rarely does it, but I don't like when it does this camera angle. It makes it hard to, like... It makes it hard to, like, know what to, like, press for arts. Can I, like, change it? Oh, you killed that one. Nice. Yeah, I don't like when it does this, like, forward view. It makes using, like, my up arts a lot more difficult. And, like, moving up towards the enemy, because moving up is also, like, it's walking towards the enemy and using an art. So it's, like, makes it kind of rough to do. Yeah, we want to get this auto repair unit because I think it just revives the orbits. Kill it. Nice. It's also weak to lightning, as you probably would expect. You handle that one, I'll handle the door. Because it helps me a lot better using arts. It's so much better.
Thank you.
When I'm attacking the door. Oh, that like pushes me far away to do Dragon Claws. How much do you have? We have to have someone scan you. Oh, Rain's pulling a mint. Actually, you might not be able to unison attack this thing because it's a door. So I don't think we're going to be able to get a unison here. Yoshina, you want to give me an orange shell? I greatly appreciate it. Go Dragon Rage. Add that right over here. that links pretty well with Eagle Fall. They keep spamming that Genius. We gotta get your Mystic Art eventually. I can't believe you fight a freaking door in this game. It's crazy. Oh, you brought this back? You can't do that. How dare you? Sheena, congrats, you're the lucky winner. Yeah, see, I hate this view. It, like, doesn't really happen much other than this boss fight. Just because there's a lot on screen. It looks cool, but controlling it doesn't do well when you're actually playing the game. But it does make the battle screen look a little more dynamic. Alright, the door's pretty low. We could just honestly kill the door and we're fine. No, Pyre Seal. Where's Pyre Seal? I don't know why the game's not letting me use it. That was weird. I got Mithril 4. Also, nice happiness. Okay, good work, everyone. Let's go get that, whatchamacallit. Inhibitor ore. Yeah, that. Come on, let's go. We're all so violent. The defense system has been defeated now. This is a pretty fun gimmick we have in this dungeon. It's a cat! Alright, you know what? I'm waiting until the holy bottle wears off then in that case. Also, despite this being a mine, there's not really a good usage of mine carts in this place. The machines in this mine are built quite sturdily. This was a mine from the ancient times. These machines are also from that time. What? Rather than preserving ancient relics, they're still actively using them here? Well, I suppose you could look at it that way, but... Blasphemy! This cannot be allowed! Bring me the one responsible now! I'm sorry. I'm sorry for Regal. Bum, bum. This is where I stopped playing the game myself. It's like a good halfway through. I don't know what would be considered halfway in this game. It'd probably be like... We're probably like 40% through the game. I don't think we're quite halfway yet, but... We can't be too far from it. Over the years, I always thought the Silvermount part was shorter than the Tetheala part, but, like, it depends, because people consider the end of Tetheala, people, like, have a different definition of, like, the Tetheala arc end in their head. Like, I feel like people call the end of the Tetheala arc, like, a different part of the game, basically. Like, some people consider, like, the Otherworldly Gate the end of Tetheala, while others consider, like, the end of it, like, the end of Disc 1 or something. But I think Tetheala ends when you do the Otherworldly Gate part of the game. And I think there's just like a third arc. I normally divide Symphonia in 3. Is how I do it. Oh, Nullify. I'll probably forget to use that a lot. Stop. I think this is like 40% of the game, maybe? It can't be too far from halfway. The golem. Reminds me of Oyamatsumi from SMT5, the giant golem thing. You know the one.
That was disappointing.
Machines that are still alive, huh? Yeah, some people think Otherworldly Gate is the end of Tetheala. That's what I think is the end of the Tetheala arc. But also, other people, like, say the end of Disc 1, but I'm just like, at that point, like, the worlds are merged, or not merged, but, like, you're going to the worlds back and forth. That's, like, its own arc, to me. What can I do this time? Let's try it out. Wait, the Sorcerer's Ring was used here to blast rock, don't use it carelessly. Blast, how? When you use the Sorcerer's Ring, a condensed ball of mana appears. 3 seconds later, the ball of mana explodes. If we're next to it, we'll be caught in the explosion. Gotcha. Let's use it carefully and boldly. Yeah, and there's also 2 discs in Symphonia, but disc 1 is like 80% of the game. Disc 2 only constitutes like 3 dungeons, I think. So most of the game is on 1 disc. Why are the machines running? This is an automated mine, so it runs by itself. I guess if you count the post-game content, it's more. Well, I don't really understand, but it sounds convenient. I simply must disassemble and analyze this. So anyway, ignoring her for a minute, where's the inhibitor ore? The tunnel with the inhibitor ore is up ahead. If we get on that elevator platform, it should take us there. If you consider everything in Tetheala to be like up to Otherworldly Gate, they're about the same in terms of length. Is what I was getting at with that train of thought. Which, as for us, I think we're like maybe 40% through the game when it comes to main story content. Which is really good considering we're not even 20 hours in this playthrough. We'll be 20 hours in this playthrough when I'm done with this stream. Nice dragon dance. Ow. Stupid roper.
Get ready.
Good old purgatory seal. I love it that they have 2 purgatory seals in this game. Like they forgot, like, oh, we named a move purgatory seal already.
I call upon thee
Stop.
in the land of the dead to unleash thy fury of thunder. Thanks.
That was pathetic.
I'm trying to think, what level would you normally be in this section of the game? You'd be like close to 40? Maybe this is halfway. I don't know, maybe 40%.
Too many of them.
Because on second thought, a lot more happens
In the land of the dead.
after getting the summon spirits than I realized. I always underestimate like the third, like the part of the game after you get the summons. So maybe this is like 40%. But level-wise, you'd be like in the late 30s by this point.
You gotta be kidding me. Help is on the way.
I call
Healing
upon
circle.
thee in the land of the
You gotta
dead.
be kidding me.
I'd say maybe getting Vol
Land of the dead.
is halfway. Or maybe doing the dungeon after Vol. But I don't really know what classifies as halfway. Can you... I hate not having TP with Regal. It's annoying. I cannot wait to get a fairy ring.
I call upon thee in the don't bother me.
Are you okay?
I call upon thee in the land of the dead to unleash thy fury.
Okay, get the stupid bat so I don't have to hear Genus do the incantation for the same spell over and over again.
How do you like that?
Although I do want him to use Indignation a lot so we can use his Mystic Arts, so that's kind of like something I did. We kind of had it coming.
To unleash thy fury.
That was pathetic.
Never got the, or I'm not sure if I got the inhibitor ore. Let's just say you were like 40% through the game. I'd say this is 40% through the game. I'm going with that. That's my judgment. The bomber ring. Those bombs are made out of pure mana. Yes, I don't understand the details, but apparently that's how it works. I wish I had a magic spell like that. Yeah, you can't break boulders with your fireballs or push buttons either. But I can turn you into toast. Want me to give it a try? Whoa, hey, stop! Okay. Back to using holy bottles. Yeah, we're like, end of the game levels right now, basically. Can't go through here yet. We have to get like a key or something. Damn, there's a gate here too. Relax, the inhibitor ore is not this way. How do you know that? I've worked in this mine before. I see, then let's be on our way. You worked in a mine? Yeah, right. Zelos? Ah, nothing. Just talking to myself. Come on, let's go, Lloyd. To help my cute Presea. Symphonia is great, though. I'd highly recommend trying to finish the game if you ever get the itch to play a Tales game again. probably like my 5th favorite Tales game. Oh, I have to get the stupid Sorcerer's Ring thing again. Ow. Yeah, this one you have to actually like actively switch between the Sorcerer's Ring gimmicks. Come on. This one feels slow-paced, this dungeon, because like you have to wait for all these conveyor belts and like elevators and like, you know, moving platforms. You have to kind of wait for everything. Look and feel a little slower paced. It's still pretty fun though. Oh, dang it! It was so close. Bum bum. Man, playing Symphonia, though, really makes me miss puzzles. When dungeons were creative. Those were the days. I don't knock on new games for, like, not having much creative dungeon design, but, like, it's just great when you go back to older games and you're like, wow, puzzles were so much more innovative. Oh, there's a boulder here, too. Let's blow it up like the last one. So now, we need to go back and get the bomb. It's a lot of back and forth in this place. We don't have to, like, move the switch because we already removed the boulder. Bum, bum. I'm still on Mania, right? That's what I thought. I don't think I've changed the difficulties since, like, the very beginning. I started this playthrough not knowing if Mania was going to be too difficult. But it turned out to be perfectly fine, because if I play on anything else, the game is too easy. The levels really do, like, cancel out and make Mania, like, an enjoyable experience, while not being, like, too easy. At the same time, though, I don't want Symphonia to be, like, annoyingly difficult or, like, really, really hard. Because I don't play Symphonia for the combat. Its combat's, like, good enough, but it's not why I play the game. I would rather get, like, a real challenge in, like, Arise or Berseria or Graces, or even Xillia. Symphonia's combat's, like, the weakest thing about it, and it's, like, good. Mana, like less Mania, like less XP and more gold, and I don't think they did that until later Tales games. I think Symphonia, Abyss, and Vesperia, you get the same amount of XP, gold, and the only thing you get more of is grade. In the big three, we call them the big three, in case anyone doesn't know, the big three are Symphonia, Abyss, and Vesperia. In the big three, I think only grade is increased through difficulty settings, but starting in like Graces, they changed it where XP is increased on like Chaos mode. I think Xillia also went back to how Symphonia, Abyss, and Vesperia did it. And Berseria and Zestiria did it like how Graces did it, but I think you actually get less in those games for higher difficulties. And I think Arise is kind of like, it doesn't change, I don't think. Maybe you get more money, but you don't get more XP or anything. Ow. I think Symphonia was before they did that, though. So Symphonia, it's just, you get more grade, that's like it, though. But, you get more grade. But I should be clear, you don't just get more grade, you could get more grade. You're not guaranteed to get more grade. It just means like, oh, if you do better in battle, there's a higher grade threshold on Mania mode. You have to do like good in combat to get the grade, you know? Nice. But yeah, what you're thinking of is in Berseria probably. You said less XP, so that's Berseria. In Berseria, you get less XP by playing on higher difficulties. It's not like a detrimental reduction, but it's a reduction. But in Berseria, you have dangerous encounters to do, like encounter links and stuff. You can just get... It's pretty easy to get, like, high enough level in that game.